Speaking of easy, making insurance easy for everybody, it is Mike Bear from Barron Insurance Agency. It's good policies on Kicks 105.5. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Shawn.
Well, let's get down to questions, shall we?
I'm always scared when you put the readers on and you look away.
I do my research.
There's a lot of words on that piece of paper. I don't know if they're real words, but they look like you've done a lot of homework.
I even use big vowels, too. Some people looking into opening a small business because of COVID and looking for new things.
Yeah.
Does it take longer to get a business insurance quote than a regular insurance quote for a car?
It can. I mean, it's not. There's more layers to it. So
That's kind of what the leading question was. What are the layers in the list of things that I need to do in order to do that?
So we need to.
Should I rephrase that for you?
No, I just didn't really listen to you. I need to listen.
We've been doing this long enough.
I know. So no, for small businesses or business policies, there's many more things in play. I mean, if you're looking for an auto insurance quote, we're going to quote auto insurance. But if you are opening a small business, there's more than just one policy at play here. We need to identify the multiple risks that will be impacting you. Will you have employees? Will you be selling different types of things, including liquor? You need to have all kinds of proper coverage for the multiple exposures that could very well exist in your situation.
Instead of a small business, some people decided, you know what, maybe I will buy a home, renovated, or if it was already able to house multiple people, and be a landlord as a potential, money-making thing.
Yeah, we see that.
Houses are going up. Landlord insurance different from renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance.
Yeah, so a landlord policy, there's multiple ways to address that. There are some companies that allow us to insure rental properties anywhere from a one unit to a multi-unit, 10 plus on a business or commercial policy. So that works. But then there's also these dwelling fire policies that some companies even go so far as to label them landlord policies. They're dwelling fire policies. They just put a fun little name on them. But essentially what you're looking for is the same thing. You're looking to cover your investment, which would be the building that you are renting to others, but you also are making money out of the situation, so you need to have coverage to protect you for loss of rent if a covered loss occurs. You need to have proper liability. You need to have, some people call it landlord liability, that really is personal injury liability. So if somebody sues you for wrongful eviction, invasion of privacy, or if you just made them mad and they want to take you to court because you are a quote-unquote business owner, you want to make sure you've got the proper coverage for that as well.
If in my vehicle I'm driving down the road and I get into an accident, does it matter if I, my wife, or the neighbor are driving my car?
So insurance follows the vehicle, which makes a lot of sense, but it also is not always the case. There's certain situations where your insurance will be considered excess, but your vehicle being driven by whomever, it is your vehicle insurance that will be covering that loss. So even if the person who doesn't own your vehicle, like your neighbor, is driving and it's their fault that causes the accident, you're going to find that your auto insurance is the frontline coverage for that. Now, if your auto insurance is not sufficient in terms of the bodily injury liability and things of that nature, you may find that if your neighbor has an auto policy, their policy would kick in as excess coverage.
Now, I know that this has probably occurred.
I feel like I'm getting it tested.
In a lot of Walmart parking lots and what have you. Somebody really does a number on your vehicle, but they leave. A hit and run, in essence, is what that is.
That is a hit and run.
Unlike, actually hitting a pedestrian, damage was still done to your vehicle. There is no way of knowing. Walmart won't give you the video of what happened in the parking lot.
Right.
So how do you file for a hit and run?
So, in auto insurance policies, especially in Vermont, but, in every state to some degree, there's automatically coverage on there for what we call uninsured motorist property damage. Now, in Vermont, for example, that limit is $10,000 no matter what. So that's just a maximum limit. So it pays up to $10,000 subject to a $150 deductible. You get hit by somebody who has no insurance, it'll get triggered. You get hit and run with somebody who doesn't claim responsibility, that would be the course of coverage that you would file under. Now, if you're finding that the loss or the damage to your vehicle, which hopefully in a hit and run would not be more, would not be more than $10,000, God, if it was, then your collision coverage would kick in, and there's deductibles at play there too. But it's going to typically fall right under the uninsured motorist property damage, and you need to file a police report for that when you're filing a claim in Vermont.
Okay, and that's important to know. And if there was an actual auto incident, what is MedPay?
MedPay is different. So there's medical payments on a homeowner policy and medical payments on an auto policy. Homeowner, it's medical payments to others, meaning it's coverage that's going to protect you as the owner of the property should somebody sustain an injury of any kind, anyhow, due to your negligence or not on your property. Medical payments on an auto policy is not compulsory, meaning it's not required by law, but you should absolutely have it. You can choose your limit anywhere from 0 to 25 to 100,000 or more, depending on the company. Some companies max out at 10,000. That's going to cover you and any individual in your vehicle up to that specific limit per person if injury is sustained in a car accident, regardless of negligence at fault or who caused the accident. So if you're in the accident and you have some serious injuries and your wife has some serious injuries, and let's say you chose a $5,000 medical payment, you would have up to $5,000. Your wife would have up to $5,000.
I'm going to give you an A- for this morning's interview. Congratulations, you passed.
Oh, but I got the bell. That's all I really care
Good
about.
Policies with Mike Barrett every Wednesday about 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. You can catch Mike Barrett at his new digs.
Yes, 229 Portland Street, the Dr. Hoppy's former building. Shawn, I kid you not, we've had a couple folks looking for flea and tick treatment. We've sold them what we found. Not sure, it may have maybe expired.
You got a pair of tweezers. Come on in. Let me tell you about auto insurance.
You can also give us a call, 748-5224, online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, and YouTube. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency. I believe we've got our new address everywhere now. So.
All right. Thanks, Mike, and good luck in your new digs, and say hi to the family.
Sure will. Thank you, sir.